Welcome back. This is Lost Cause Speed Shop, and you probably recognize this if you've watched all my videos. This is the blue four-door Bel Air from the cold storage video. The reason we're showing this car again is, although this is a four-door Bel Air front grille, what you're actually looking at here, you just don't realize it, is this is a Nomad front grille. And I know you're thinking to yourself, well, how do you get a Nomad out of a four-door Bel Air? This is a parts car. I bought it because it was a complete car. It really wasn't in that bad a condition, but it has no VIN number. So it's never going to see the road as in this version of itself. And my dream car is a 57 Chevy Nomad. So in order to make that happen, I have gone out and found a parts car. We're going to go down here, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So sitting here on the trailer is the remnants of what was a 57 Chevy Nomad. Still got a lot of good parts on it that I'm going to be able to use to build a Nomad. The frame on this is pretty well shot. I mean, there's literally right here on the cross member cradle, there's holes all the way through it. The fenders are shot, but I've got 100 fenders, for Christ's sakes. I don't need more. Cowl's pretty shot. All around the edge of the roof is crispy as hell. So there's a lot of rust, but I've got a full driver's side quarter, both inner and outer. The roof is all here. I've got the B pillars. The frame's pretty well shot. And there's no inner outer quarter on the driver's side. But I have the passenger side, so all I have to do is make a flipped, basically mirror image on the other side, and I can rebuild all that from that four-door. And I know what you're saying, a four-door post car is not the same windshield height as a Nomad slash, hardtop and convertibles. Those three share the same windshield height, where the sedans and the post cars are a taller windshield. Again, you measure, you cut, you re-weld it till it's the right height. But everything you need to build a Nomad is right here. I also have a gentleman down a couple states over from me that has a Nomad roof in better condition that he wants to donate, plus a bunch of Nomad parts. So we're going to go pick those parts up probably next weekend, and we're going to utilize what we can. But anything we don't use that he donated, we are also going to turn around and donate to somebody else's project, because it doesn't seem right to turn around and sell it for money when it was donated to us. So we're going to try to pay it forward and redonate. Like if I don't use this roof, I'll find somebody that has a Nomad roof worse off than this, and we'll donate this roof if we don't end up using this one. But we've got a lot of the trim pieces, and the guy that I bought the car off, he's got a set of doors off another Nomad that he's going to sell me for this car. He's got a tailgate that I'm trying to get off him. He has all the interior pieces, like the seat frames and all that. So I'm going to basically try to buy everything for trim and whatnot that's not with the car off him, so that I have everything, the major components. And it's going to cut down on the amount of fabrication. I do have a set of hardtop doors, which can be made to work on Nomads, but they're not quite right, and they're going to take some modification to work. So with that said, I'd rather start with a set of Nomad doors that don't need a shit ton of work. They do reproduce certain things, like your rocker panel. They reproduce those. The door jamb, they reproduce that. The inner fin on the back, they reproduce that. As far as the quarter panels go, It's pretty much the same as a hardtop quarter panel, just without the dip in the quarter. But if you take a hardtop quarter panel on the outside and measure beyond on both sides where it's level, and just put a panel in, cut that piece out and put a panel in to match it, it pretty much is the same quarter panel that you have right here without the dip. So basically you remove the dip, it's a wagon panel. I also have the handyman wagon, which I can also take measurements off because the interior wheel wells in the back and whatnot, the cargo floors, all that stuff are pretty much the same between the Nomads. Minor differences, but we're not going for an exact, perfect 100-point restoration. We're trying to rescue this car and put it back on the road, my dream car. It did originally come, the paint code for it is for Highland Green. Not a fan of that color. Some people love it. I'm not one of those. It's most likely going to be a black car with flames when I'm done. So, with that said, hope you follow, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Go back, watch my previous videos if you haven't. This is an upcoming project. We are not working on this right now. I have to get it off the trailer. I've got to get the wagon finished up. And then we're going to do some work on this. And we'll be bouncing around between multiple projects. Because I've got this, I've got the other four-door, I've got the 150 post sedan that's in there. So there's a bunch of projects. I'm putting a pole barn up so I'll be able to swap them out and they won't be out in the wild like this one was. We pulled it out of the woods. I wanted to film it, but I forgot the camera, so it made it home in one piece. That was the miracle, as bad as it is. So hopefully you like the content. We did rescue another Nomad. So like, follow, subscribe, and have a good one.